Sagittarius, welcome into your reading. This is going to be a general message for the month of February 2025. Hope you all are doing well. If you come across this reading outside of February, my intention is that you came here for a reason, and hopefully there is a message here for you. So you have a couple cards already pulled. You have the Mars card, and then you also have this card from the Santa Muerte Oracle. This is number 3. This is the card of chaos. Okay, so I mean, Mars right now at this time of year is actually in the sign of Cancer for the second round. It was in Cancer late last year, went into Leo, then retrograded back into Cancer. So I would say that there is some chaotic energy when it comes to willpower, passion, instinct, even a touch of creativity because it is in Cancer. Some of the watery aspects like sensitivity, touchiness, emotions, even relationships may be playing a role, the mother, family, things like that. So I don't know if you're experiencing some of this right now. As I am reading, today is the new moon in Aquarius, and I can feel the tension. So I don't know if it's because of the new moon or just coming into your energy. There is tension here. I don't know if that has to do with the Mars in Cancer as well, but it's a little feisty. It's a little irritable, right? Or just like almost over the edge, if that makes sense. Okay, so I don't know, some of you are feeling that way right now. When it comes to this card over here, the card of chaos, this is making me feel creativity. It does speak about, how can I say, like the artist paints, not the actual painting, but when the artist has the paint in their hands and they're mixing up the colors so they can start the actual painting. That's the phase of this card. Okay, so it's not yet the painting. It's not the artist actually doing the painting, but it's the setup. It's the preparation. And so it does feel like you are, you have a lot of creative ideas or creativity flowing through you right now, and you're playing around with these ideas or you're mixing things up, trying to see what sticks, right? Like when you're about to start the painting, you know, the brush on the actual canvas type of thing, right before that. So I don't know if you have ideas right now about some sort of creative project, if you're working with something, building something, but this card also signifies taking action. Okay, so one of the big messages here with the card of chaos is action needs to be taken. So enough with the playing with the idea. Now throw something at the wall and see what sticks, right? Maybe you've been playing with the idea because you're not too sure. Maybe it's like the problem of having too much of something, so too much creativity that you can't really like filter it and streamline it. But even if you are feeling that way at this time, this card is suggesting to just do something and then everything will fall into place after that. Okay, so if you have to go and you know, throw something on the board or throw something on the table to see what it looks like, if you don't like it, okay, scratch that, do it again, try it again. But the point here is to do something about it, to take action. Okay, hope all that makes sense. Let's get started with the tarot now. We're going to go in to see what your general energy is like right now. So we're pulling for the Sagittarius. What's in their personal energy at this time? What's the most important message for the Sagittarius to know at this time, please? Okay, you have the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Sagittarius, mind, heart, body, soul. Take a breather. Get comfortable. Release that tension. Breathe it out. Let it out. Everything is okay. There is nothing wrong at this time. 9 of Pentacles talks about independence. Ooh, beautiful. Mixed with the Wheel of Fortune, there is definitely opportunity coming through. The universe is throwing something at you right now. And Eight of Wands. Yeah. Well, fast movement, right? And we can see that with these cards as well. Mars is about taking action. It is about movement and doing something. So, it's also a fiery element as well with the fire sign of Sagittarius. It goes well together. But this Eight of Wands here does also talk about taking action, and it talks about fast movement. So the Nine of Pentacles is like you're building something. You're creating something. This thing, it's like you're stacking up, right? Stacking up the money, stacking up the, investments. It's like the work that you've put in with the Eight of Pentacles, because the Eight of Pentacles is the work card. The work that you've put in, the Nine of Pentacles is reaping those rewards, right? Like it's something to show. This is what I have to show for all of the effort, time, blood, sweat, and tears that I've put into something. Okay, that's the Nine of Pentacles. The more generalized description of this card talks about independence, talks about financial security, stability, good foundation, but doing all of these things by yourself, for yourself. The Wheel of Fortune here, this is Jupiter just blessing you all around, right? And Jupiter is your ruling planet. So Jupiter is showing up, and it just makes me feel like, your planet or your higher energy here, we can say, is blessing this endeavor, right? It's blessing this moment. And it's like, yes, do this thing. I have your back. I will make sure that everything goes well. You are in the right place at the right time. This is the moment. This is the time to do the thing. So you definitely don't want to pass up on this time, pass up on this opportunity. But just be prepared for the movement and the fast, like whatever happens, once it starts gaining momentum, it's just going to pick up speed and it's going to expand here with the Jupiter energy. Okay, so it's going to get bigger and bigger. And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is a solo feel, right? So this is a feeling of independence, like I said, being alone, being the one, right? One person. But this is making me feel like as this thing expands, there's more involved. Okay, so it's not as simple, or it's not as like your vision for this thing was just more simple than what it's going to turn out to be with the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Wands, right? So maybe you started off with just like a little hobby or just a little project or something, and all of a sudden it's just going into something that you did not expect here with the Wheel of Fortune. Sparks of ideas are coming through with the Eight of Wands. It's a lot of communication. Maybe you have to talk to a lot of people, be involved in different parts of this thing or life or something like that. It's a lot of hands involved, or hands involved in something. Maybe your hands are involved in many things. Maybe you have a say-so, It's this thing of like all encompassing, right? Like there are different aspects to something, and you are here to take care of that, or to, have something to do with these things. It's like just all three of these cards have an element of bloom, of open, right? Of this, what is this? Like 360 vision. Maybe there's like a completion happening as well, or a wholeness, something about wholeness coming through. I'm also getting that underneath something that maybe was perceived as dead or dying or non-existent anymore, like something is coming back to life. Something is blooming here again. Like the concept of spring, or I know we're not in spring at this time, but like that concept of after the winter, right? Like comes the life, because the winter is the death and the spring is that beginning of life again. So it does feel like that. Like maybe you were done with a side of you, or you were done with a part of life, or something that you used to do back in the day. All of the sudden, like, you haven't done it in forever. Now you find yourself doing it again, right? Like something like that. Like something's coming back. It's and I'm not even talking about like a person, okay? I'm talking about like a passion, a feeling, a instinct, like something more raw and primal coming from within you, it feels. I'm pulling cards for your environment now. We're looking at the Chariot card. This is in your surroundings. So this could be in the form of people, situations, circumstances. The Chariot is about being on the right path. Being on a path for sure. There's that Cancer symbol with Mars being in Cancer at this time. You also have the 8 of Pentacles. There's that 8 of Pentacles with the 9 of Pentacles. So we're definitely on the right track here, Sagittarius, with what we are discussing. It's like, keep putting in the work, okay? Like, the work is not over. There's still more to do. There's still more, like, this is just the beginning type of feeling. You have the 7 of Cups, which is options and ideas flowing, and different like visions of, or different versions of something, right? Like, this is that creative part that I was talking about with the Chaos card. The Ace of Wands here, which signifies a new passion. So it's very fiery, right? Of course, for your reading here today, which I'm glad you're in your own element and you're feeling really good. It just feels like you want to burst with expression or burst with creativity. And it's the right time to do that. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune. Let's not forget that that's the only, the one of 2 major face cards here. Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot, like, this is definitely the right time for something. I cannot stress that enough. Whatever it is that you're working on, do not hesitate. Do not doubt it. These cards are like, now is the time. Like, you jumped on this timeline, on this bandwagon, on something that's like, I don't know if it's like an investment, a stock even, right? Like, this is a good time to do something. So I wish I can tell you more specifically about what that is, but it could be different for everybody here. The 8 of Pentacles is talking about the work. It's talking about building material foundation. So this could be money. This could be also building a home, building a career. But it's repetitive work. It's really zoned in and focused work. Okay. This is every day, right? Like, this is not just every once in a while or when you're feeling like it, or, like, this is even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, right? Like, you eat, drink, and sleep this thing right now. Now, I'm not saying that that's forever, but it is for right now. And it could pay off. Sometimes we steer away from hard work like that, right? Especially if we're older, we've already gone through, what we deem as our time of doing this type of work, okay? But if you want something to pay off, or you have like a really good feeling about this thing, I would highly, highly recommend that you, for this amount of time, give it like 3 months or something, right? Like, every day, constantly doing this thing, you will see a difference. You will see how it's going to just grow and expand into something magnificent here. Okay, let's go and get some more details. We're going to break down the month for you, or the next 30 days, and see what you should anticipate, what to expect, what to prepare for, what does Sagittarius need to know. Six of Pentacles. So this is I got you, you got me, reciprocal, back and forth, give and take, what's fair is fair type of energy, creating balance. But you may also be helping somebody, or someone may be helping you. Someone here may be in need of something. Seven of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles here. So you have 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, there's like, I cannot, like, you are definitely working on something. You are definitely building something. You have the King of Swords. Hope this all fits. I just did a reading yesterday and it fit then. I haven't moved anything. How come it doesn't fit now? Okay, King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Hope that's straight. All right, so in the next week or two, emphasis on the work, emphasis on the material, on the money, on the building this thing. You have two people here actually coming through. One person is more logical, practical, you know, is guided by their intellect, guided by their knowledge, guided by their mind, more strategic, more straightforward, more direct, you know. They're always on. The mind is always on. You have another person here, Queen of Pentacles, male or female. This person is also practical. So what they both have in common is that they are practical. They're realistic, okay? This person is more of a creative. This person likes to grow things. So this, I'm not just saying like plants or, I don't know, like raising kids or something like that. Like this is also very domesticated. But I'm saying like the work that they put into they build things, right? Like they like to, they make sure that the effort, the time, the energy that they're putting into something is worth it, right? And they only focus on the things that are valuable to them. They don't like to waste time. But at the same time, because they're a queen, they are more receptive. They are more of the visionary, while the kings are more of the action-oriented type of energy. So I don't know if two people here working together or this is just two aspects of you, but these individuals are coming into play the next week or two. And there's a reciprocal energy between them. There's fairness. There is an equal amount of love and care and affection and devotion here with the Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. But they are evaluating something. Okay, they're putting all the cards on the table and they're looking at what can stay and what can go. What can be made better, right? Like what can they fix, or what can they throw away? You know, what's not good, period, right? So I don't know if this has to do with like a relationship, like maybe two people are at a crossroads or at a big pivotal moment in a relationship where they're putting their cards on the table and saying like, hey, this is how I feel, this is how you feel, this is what I want, this is what you want, and trying to come to a compromise or not be together at all, right? Or these two people are actually working on something external, material with the Pentacle, and are making changes and making adjustments or improvements. Okay. What else? You have the 10 of Wands. So this is in the next two to 3 weeks. The 10 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. This project or this opportunity, at some point, if you're not careful, you're going to feel burnt out with the 10. Okay, there is a sense of burning out, of tiring yourself. And I know I said doing the work, putting in the effort every day, even when you don't want to. And I mean that. I'm still about it. But it's just something to keep in mind, okay? You can work smarter, okay? Maybe a little hard, but not like too much, because if you're not taking care of your body, your sanity, your energy levels, you're not eating right, you're not sleeping enough, like things like that. This could be very material or very physical. The Ten of Wands can show up physically, especially with all of these pentacles surrounding it. It does make me feel like this is more of just burnout, okay? It doesn't make me feel like resentment, because the Ten of Wands can come through with resentment. You just have to focus on the prize. Keep your eye on the prize. And I think that will help. All right. There's more help around you than you probably realize. There are people in your life who are rooting for you, who support you, who believe in you. And I do think that you feel like something is a big risk. Okay, like you are putting yourself out there, or you're taking a big leap of faith here with the Fool. Maybe just a little uncertain, like you feel in your gut, like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to go. But there's uncertainty around where that is, right? Or yes, maybe you see the path, but you're uncertain about what's on the other side of that path that you're stepping into. With the Six of Cups, like I said, there's loving energy in your surroundings. Maybe you're doing it for love, or you're doing it for family, or for children, or for the sake of something innocent and something pure here with the Six of Cups. This is also coming through with the past situation that I was saying about something that you used to like or you used to be into is now brewing again, right? Like you're passionate again about this thing, because the Six of Cups comes with an element of the past. But just in general, with these two cards here, it does feel very childlike. It feels very innocent. There's good intentions, but it's a little flighty, right? Like it's a little up in the air. It's, like you can't depend on a group of children to, take care of themselves, if that makes sense, right? Like, and I'm not saying that you're a child, but with the purity of this energy here and the youthfulness and the innocence, it feels like something needs to be protected. There has to be, like, I don't know, metaphorically, grown-ups here, okay, involved. And I don't know what this means to who, but this is how it's coming through. The next 2 to 3 weeks, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, I'm sorry, not 2 or 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Eight of Pentacles, the Star, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, okay, you see it, right? Like you see your vision materialize right here. It's like you lift your head up from this nonstop work, right? You go through a moment of burnout, but you keep going, and it always happens like that, right? Like always, where you're working on something, and this could be like a project or even like throughout life, right? Like as you're growing up and you become an adult or whatever age you are. But it always happens like this, where you work so hard for something and you don't see the rewards, or your vision isn't coming through the way you hoped, and you almost give up. And some people do give up, right? But you almost give up. And when you're at that bottom or at that low, the universe steps through, or something happens where it changes, right? And you start to see and reap the rewards of the effort that you put into something. That's how it feels here, because you go from burnout and overwork, you continue on, and then all of a sudden the Star is here. This is your hope, your wishes, your dreams, your vision. If you are stubborn enough, passionate enough, persistent enough, this will happen. You will see this come true. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. You have the Two of Cups at the bottom. Something just puts you at ease. Something puts your mind to rest here. Probably seeing the results of your effort. Probably seeing the other side of that path that you're on that's no longer uncertain, right? Like you see what it looks like over there now. You see what you're working toward, what you're going toward now. You're still in the new phase. This is still a new thing. But you have confidence now at this point that it's not for nothing. Okay. It's not for nothing. All right. Well, I'm going to do some clarifiers, even though this reading is pretty clear. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Let's start with the right side. I think the left side is pretty clear to me. What's the Pentacles? What are all the Pentacles about? Three of Pentacles. Okay, so you're working together with someone, which we know because you have the King and Queen here. Ace of Cups. You're probably emotionally committed, emotionally attached, emotionally something with this person. Or there's an emotional connection with this project or this thing that you and this person are working on as well. The Moon. The Hanged Man. Are the both of you... Okay, so first thing I got with that is the both of you are uncertain about where this is going or what's going on. Then the second thing I got was that you're not speaking up. Okay, you're not discussing it. You're not expressing it. There's an element of just reflection or like thinking about something to yourself, keeping it to yourself, but not really knowing where the other one is, even though you're clearly working on something together, because the Three of Pentacles came out to confirm that for me. So there's a little bit of a disconnect here with these two individuals, okay? It doesn't seem so bad. It's like, and I'm also getting the two people are equally as deep, equally as passionate, equally as, how can I say? There's just a lot of depth. Okay, like there's a seriousness underneath these two. There could be a darkness that these two have, sadness. Because these two cards are very quiet, but like there's so much underneath that's brewing with both of these types of cards, just in different ways. The Hanged Man is more of a reflection type of person, right? Like if they're quiet, but they're reflecting, they're thinking, they're seeing things from all angles, different perspectives, trying to release a hold. So therefore they have to see things in different perspectives. So they're not stuck on one way of thinking or one way of doing something. They're also pausing, right? Like they're stopping to, and yeah, we do get that, right? With the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is like this energy of, hold on, let's just reevaluate, right? So you can be going, and then you come to a stop to reevaluate your situation. Like I said, what stays, what goes, what can be better, what do you have to adjust? But the moon is emotional. The moon is the concept of like our inner talk, right? Like the most private parts of us, the stuff that we only tell ourselves, that we don't tell anybody else, right? So there's something about this other person that they may not be revealing, and it's just their way, even, right? Like if you two are at a standstill with this project or with the relationship or I don't know what, when this person goes quiet, they are perceiving. One person is reflecting all of the different angles, and the other person is perceiving. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. That's what's coming through. There's like thinking and then there's perceiving. Which is two ways of doing things, right? You're it's like you're cut from the same type of fabric, but two different cloths, right? Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like the same but not. The way you go about something is different, even though you're both quiet and you're both internal or introspective, introverted, right? So, and then the moon also comes with a bit of chaos as well. You know, not very streamlined, not very straightforward. Likes to beat around the bush, doesn't like to be so direct. So I don't know if this matters. I don't know if this is confirmation for somebody. I don't know if this helped to understand dynamic of two people, but for some reason this came up, okay? 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, Temperance, there you are. 6 of Cups, here that is. The Chariot is over here. The 8 of Swords came out. Too many cards, but oh well. So, I mean, I feel like this, like your higher calling, your higher self, as the Temperance here, as the angel coming through, is like, you got this, I got you, right? Like, we can do this. Like, your higher self and your physical self sort of working together and pushing through this moment of burnout. It's like, we know, I'm saying we because you and your higher self are talking together. It's like, we know that this is worth it. We know that there's more, right, to this. We know that this is sacred. This is love. This is purity here with the 6 of Cups twice. This is innocent. This has to be cherished. This has to be valued. This has to be taken care of. Like, we know all that. The Chariot's like, yep, okay, I got it. I'm protecting us. We're going down this path. You know, there's the warrior, right, element. The 8 of Swords throwing me off. Part of me is like, I don't want to even put so much energy into this because it was just like this random card that flew out. But then the reader, spiritual part of me is like, no, this came out for a reason. But the 8 of Swords is feeling overwhelmed. I'm getting more of an overwhelmed feeling. You know how when you feel so overwhelmed that you just don't know which way to go, what to do about it? Like, you want to get out of it. You want to figure out or come up with a solution to the problem or the thoughts or whatever. But sometimes it's just so much that's on your shoulders or so much on your mind that in those moments, you really cannot come up with a good plan, right? Like in those moments, it's like, that's your indicator that you have to get away from the project. You have to get away from the work. You have to get away from the argument or the talk or, you know, like whatever it is that is on your mind. If you are so bombarded with all of these thoughts and you're just feeling stressed out, once you're like that, you do yourself no favors if you try to fix things, if you try to come up with solutions, if you try to do anything about it. Okay, always remember, when you get stressed out like that, that's your indicator to step away from the thing for a bit. Okay, come back to it later when you feel better. And with the 10 of Wands, I feel like that's what's happening, right? Like, it's stress. Basically, you're just stressed, and that's all right. You know why you're doing the thing. 6 of Cups and the Fool. Ooh, the Empress. And the 4 of Cups. Somebody here just wants like to rejuvenate. All right, like there is an element of forgetting self-care and self-love, or even like as a family, or like as a group of people, like not just one person, but it does feel, because there's more than one people coming here with the 6 of Cups. It's like there's some boredom, or there's some letdown coming through, and the Fool is like, okay, let's spark things up again, right? Let's get this going again. It's like the engine went out and you fixed the engine and now it's started, right? Like, and it's coming throughout around a time where you are overworked and you are stressed out, and the Empress is like, do something fun, do something pleasurable. The Empress is all about pleasure and what makes her feel good. So maybe it's just time away from this thing, to rejuvenate and do something else for a little bit, and just to restart the energy, restart the passion, that motivation and enthusiasm. 8 of Pentacles and the Star. King of Wands. There you are. The World. Wow. Yeah, I mean, what we said, the King of Wands is in charge. The King of Wands knows what he's doing, he or she. The King of Wands has everything under control. The Star of the World, it's like, okay, like, I got this. We're on the right path. We're going through this portal. We're going to the other side. I see the vision. I see where we can end, or what we are stepping into. It's doable. We can do this. I have what it takes with the King of Wands and their confidence and their, willpower and all of that. This is going to change things though. Okay. With the World, this hope, wish, dream, vision is realistic now. Now we're stepping through it, and it's going to change something, because we're going through a portal here. We're going into another energetic way of living, energetic life. Something new comes into your life. It changes the energy up. Page of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Ooh. There's notoriety. There is overcoming obstacles. There's popularity. Oh my God. There's attention. Somebody knew it all along. The High Priestess is here saying, this is your higher self, your connection to God, Source, Spirit. It's like a higher calling. There's strong feminine energy as well. Birthing, creativity, fertility. Your spirit, your soul, your bones, your blood. There's an element of destiny and fate here. Doing it bravely, with courage, for all to see. Okay, like, people see. People see you. You see through something. this higher knowledge, this all-knowing part of you is able to see that everything is okay. Because the Six of Swords is what is this? Like reassurance. These two are powerful here. Like where, because this is at the end, so it's giving me a feeling of like where this is going is big. Okay. The next part to this reading, or the next phase of this thing, the portal that you go in, it's big. Well, that was a beautiful reading. I am so excited for you, and I know that this is exactly the type of things that you like, and why not? Of course, you would be living this life, right? All right, let's get a oracle card. So this reading, we're using the Witching Hour Oracle. Comes through here for the Sagittarius. What is a good takeaway message for the Sagittarius, please? Hope you enjoyed today's reading. I know I did. If you did, please click the like button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Sagittarius, what's a good takeaway message for the Sagittarius, please? The sacred vows, commitment. Okay, well, this is serious. You have vowed something. Let's see. Commitment, devotion, prayer. Mystics and witches are governed by higher laws. Spirit works through them, channeling love, healing, abundance, self-sovereignty, and compassion for humanity. It is these beliefs guiding the witch through life as she is committed to honoring the task placed upon her shoulders, he or she. This card represents the driving beliefs behind your choices. What is your moral compass? What keeps you aligned to your soul's nature and gives you a bump when you're deviating from your path? What are you passionate about? What are you committed to? What moves through you, and inspires you? The sacred vows guides you to devote yourself to what brings you joy and pleasure, to do more of what excites you. Embrace both the simple and complex joys in life, and allow the things that bring you rapture to be held in your life as sacred. Should this card happen to fall out of the deck and land, it didn't land in reverse. All right, well, that sums it up. Okay, this is, like I said from the get-go, this is passion, creativity, what fills you up, what lights you up. You're doing that thing, and that thing right now is the right time to do it, because right now there's energy that is blessing this thing for expansion, for longevity. This is desires, wishes, hopes, visions coming true, okay, if you put in the work. But now's the time, right? Love this reading for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much, as always, for being here and allowing me to read for you. Please watch your rising sign, your moon sign, your partner sign, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.